Hi everyone, welcome back to Mountain Home Stories, to our One English Page series. Today I have a very special story for Mother's Day. We are going to look at some beautiful words that describe the small precious moments of life. And today's goals, let me show you the checklist. There's a heartwarming story, 5 advanced vocabulary words, and of course pronunciation practice. Let's just dive in now. As you can see, our story begins in a quiet nursery. The room was bathed in the soft, honeyed glow of the bedside lamp, a quiet sanctuary against the world outside. Sarah sat in the worn armchair, her daughter, Lily, a warm weight against her chest. The air smelled of lavender lotion and a crisp scent of new paper. As Sarah read about a brave bear on a moonlit adventure, she noticed the way Lily's tiny fingers traced the illustrations, her eyes wide with wonder. A sudden, bittersweet ache tightened in Sarah's chest. The coat on the nursery wall caught her eye. One day, the bedtime stories will end. She looked down at the soft curve of Lily's cheek and the messy ponytail that always seemed to come undone by evening. This was the magic of motherhood. The long days that felt like years, and the years that slipped away like a heartbeat. One day, this crib would be gone, and the house would be filled with the silence of a grown-up life. But that day was not today. Lily looked up, her voice a tiny whisper. "Again, Mommy?" Sarah smiled, her heart full, realizing that these quiet moments were the greatest gift of all. "Again, sweet girl, happy Mother's Day." Tonight, the world could wait. Tonight, there was always time for one more book, one more cuddle, and the beautiful, fleeting gift of being mommy. So, now that you have heard this beautiful, heart-touching story, look at this word, sanctuary. How do you go about pronouncing it? You pronounce it as sanctuary, sanctuary. And the meaning of this word is a place of refuge or safety. I'll give you the example from the story. The room was a quiet sanctuary against the world outside. Shall I give you my tip to understand this word? Think of your favorite cozy spot at home. That is your sanctuary. Next, let's look at how the author describes the light. Honeyed glow. It means a warm golden light like the color of honey. Example from the story. The room was bathed in the soft honeyed glow of the lamp. Now here I mentioned bathed in. This means to be completely covered or surrounded by something like light or sunshine. Now next word. As Sarah reads, she feels a very specific emotion. This is a great advanced word. The word is bittersweet. How do you go about pronouncing it? You say it as bittersweet, bittersweet. And the meaning of it is something that is happy and sad at the same time. In this context, Sarah is happy to be with her daughter, but sad because she knows her daughter is growing up fast. Now let's have a look at this key phrase, a bittersweet ache. An ache is a dull, long-lasting pain. Here, it's a pain in our heart from love. Finally, we have a word that describes time itself. That is fleeting. How do you go about pronouncing it? Fleeting, fleeting. And which means lasting for a very short time. Example from the story is the beautiful fleeting gift of being mommy. Now here I'm going to provide a visual concept table in which I'll be giving a few flashcards in which generally what you do is you try to understand what this picture represents. I'll be doing a few for you. You can just hear them first. Fleeting. An hourglass with the wind representing time slipping away. Next, growth. A seedling sprouting with a touch of magic. Next word, connection. Hands joined across a digital or global network. Clarity. A diamond or a clear drop of water. Next word, mindfulness. A person in meditation with falling leaves. Creativity. An artist's palette sparking a light bulb idea. Alright, we have heard the story. We have done a few vocabulary words. Now it's time for the challenge round. Let's see how much of the story you really remember. I'm going to ask you some questions. Don't be shy. Just type your answers on the comments. Are you ready? Let's begin. Round 1. This is the quick fire details. Question 1. Look at the image again. What is Lily wearing? Is it a dress or pajamas? That's right. She is in her pajamas because it's bedtime. Question 2. Sarah is reading a book. What is the book about? Yes, it's about a brave bear on a moonlit adventure. Great job if you caught that detail. Let's get on to round 2, that is the deep thinker. The quote on the wall says, "One day the bedtime stories will end." Does this make Sarah feel happy or does it feel bittersweet? Exactly, it's bittersweet. She loves this moment, but she knows Lily won't stay small forever. Now I have a bonus question. Why do you think Sarah says "again" at the end of the story? A. Because she forgot the ending. B. Because she wants to cherish the moment. It's definitely B. She wants to stay in that honeyed glow just a little longer. Ready for round 3? It is the true or false lightning round. The room smells like fresh chocolate cookies. False. It smells like lavender lotion and new paper. Okay, so here's the next one. Lily has a messy ponytail. True. It's a cute, messy ponytail. The next one. The house is currently very loud and noisy. False. It's a quiet sanctuary away from the world. You guys are absolute superstars today. How many did you get right? Tell me your score in the comments. I want to see more 3 out of 3s. And if you found this fun, hit that like button so that I know to make more quizzes like this. Next video, part 2, that is going to come up on Tuesday. We will finish up with our grammar in context and speaking practice along with the pronunciation. And if you are fond of reading or hearing stories, let me remind you that The Tales of the Sun is coming up this Sunday at 9 a.m. So if you are new, then subscribe to Mountain Home Stories so that you don't miss any of these videos.